welcome to a little meditative drawing session that I prepared today. I'm very grateful to be here and share this with you, and I hope you want to be a little bit creative today. You will need a piece of paper and a pen. I have some thin liners, like drawing pens. I have just my favorite one. That's actually the one that I'm going to use. It's a thin Sharpie, and it also has a big side, so I'm going to use both of them. So but you can use whatever you find. Just roller pen will work, and then some colors. So I hope you maybe have pencils or colored markers or anything like that. If you don't have it, that's okay too. We will just work with what we got. My name is Antje. Maybe I should introduce myself first. A lot of my friends call me Tara. And I'm an artist, and I teach art classes. And I work with a method that's called NeuroGraphica. And I think we're just gonna dive in. So I will move my camera around, so it's gonna be getting a little bit bumpy in just 1 second. And then you will see what I draw, and you can just follow along. Basically, it's very simple. We use simple shapes, mostly circles. I love circles, and lines and colors. And today we will draw our blessings. And the reason why I choose this topic is because I think it's really a good thing to look at the bright side of life every now and then, and we can draw a picture of it, so you can, I don't know, hang it on your wall or something after, and just stay with the good things, and just become aware of all the good things that are actually happening in life too, despite all the craziness. Before we start, I would like to dive in, just taking a few deep breaths, because this is also, I call it art meditation, so it's very meditative. So if you would like to breathe with me, just take a deep breath in, and then exhale anything from before this moment, anything that happened today. Breathe it out, and breathe in again, and exhale anything that comes after this, anything that's in the future yet to come. Breathe it out, and then one more breath. Let's enjoy this moment together and be completely here and now, and exhale. Okay, so I'm gonna move my camera now. Stick with me for a second there. Okay, there we go. And like this, you should be able to see what I'm doing here. So here's my piece of paper. Okay, so we will start very simple with a square. You don't have to fill the entire paper, but like a large portion of the paper. And this will be the box that we fill with our blessings. And you just walk around the box with kind of like a wavy, irregular line to make it a little bit lively, to make it not so square, to make it a little bit more natural, and to just focus your awareness on it. Okay, there we go, wavy line. And this is our box. Okay, and now I am drawing my first circle in the very middle of this box. And the circles, of course, they don't have to be perfect circles. So we just work with a free hand here. And the circle is going to be me. So I'm going to write in the circles. And you can write in the circles, so you don't have to, though. This is up to you, basically. And then I'm going to start counting my blessings in here. So all of them will be more circles. So the first thing that I feel blessed with is my husband. Because we really stick together right now and we take care of each other, and it's just very important to have someone very close. So these circles can have different sizes. They don't have to be uniform, and they can also overlap each other. So here's my family. And I want to put 2 extra circles for my grandmothers, because I have 2 wonderful grandmothers that are still with me, and I feel very blessed that I got them. And as you can see, my circles are kind of funny looking, but that's totally okay. Then I feel very blessed about the place where I'm living right now, about my home. We live on a piece of land that is basically in the forest. So the trees that are around me, I feel very blessed that I have a connection to these trees and that I can be in nature all the time. I'm going to make another circle that I call nature. And we have a little vegetable garden. So I'm going to put a blessing circle, veggie garden. And so you see, you slowly just gather your blessings, and they can be smaller and bigger, however you feel. And you don't have to name all of them, but I'm gonna name them. These are the animals here. We got a beautiful cat that I love. He's a feral cat, but he's there now. All the flowers are blooming, so I'm gonna write one for flowers. And one for, what else we got here? For the rain that came this winter, because we live here in a fire zone. For the community here. And you can also go outside of your box. You don't have to, the box doesn't have to be a concrete wall. So our blessings can grow outside of our little box. So this is going to be internet that allows me to communicate. I'm going to put a few smaller blessings there. So maybe don't even know all my blessings, but they're still there. And every time you draw something and you write it, just draw around a few times to really nurture it and really become aware of how blessed you feel. So there you go. This is going to be my art practice, my classes. Qigong teacher. There's maybe a little blessing in between there. So yeah, especially if you do this, for example, with kids, it's nice to give every circle a name and really dive into it. No, really like think about it and be thankful. Gratitude is such a healing power. Has so much power, really. And you can be grateful really for anything. I'm grateful for dance and music in my life. That I can just turn on the radio and feel better. And that I can just call my friends. So as you see, I slowly fill up the whole space. So you want to fill up the entire space and really like just go over the square line to change the shape in the end, basically. So it doesn't have to be all square anymore. Almost there. I mean, you know your own blessings. And while you do that, really just feel into yourself too. Just see what it does to you. How do you feel emotionally if you think of all that? Of all the good things in your life? Does it make you feel more relaxed? Could write meditation here. That's a good one. Time. Love. And yeah, so as you see, I'm full of blessings now. Take a deep breath in between. And I also want to invite you to just feel into your body and see if there's tension, for example, anywhere. Oh yeah, just how you feel. Just observe it for a moment. You don't have to make yourself feel any different. Just see what this does to you. And then I'm going to start from the center here, from the circle that is me. Oh no, actually I'm not going to start from the center. I'm going to go from the blessings to the center. So I will start here on the outside and just draw a line. And again, this line is not regular in any way, and it just goes from the outside to the center through all these circles that I just drew. You can go a few times and just become aware a little bit more about all the things that I'm blessed with, all the things on the way, You can go over the line several times. They don't have to perfectly match too. They can be a little bit wavy, a little bit irregular. But just go from all the circles that are on your border right now, move into the center. And we do this to draw energy into the center. So I'm drawing energy through all my blessings towards me. I'm here in the center. In NeuroGraphica, every line carries energy. This is why and how we draw. And this is why I'm pulling the energy towards me using these lines now. And they should just be kind of really irregular, really kind of they should not have a pattern like a sinus wave or something like that. They should just be like in nature, for example. You will not find most of the time a regular pattern. Everything will always be a little bit irregular, and NeuroGraphica is also mimicking nature in a way. It is bionic, so using the intelligence of nature. Well, that's like one of the principles. And so we use the intelligence of nature in this drawing process. It can all be really intuitive, like where you go, which circles you touch. And it's just to raise your awareness. To deepen a little bit more into it. And to really become aware of all your blessings. Like how many blessings we actually got, how many things to be thankful for, to have gratitude. And I kind of started really actively being more grateful for little things, like the bees. I want to write bees somewhere here, because the bees are so great. Pollinating our fruit trees. And all the flowers, all the beauty that's really around, and all the collective, the good things that really happen. I saw like so many pictures of animals coming to towns. I think those little things, they're really, they can make us aware that we're actually living in the paradise that we're seeking. It's actually already here. We just had to wake up to see it. So yeah, slowly we fill our picture with lines. And it may look a little bit chaotic now, but that is just as nature does. Yeah, if you do this process with someone else, you can just talk about why you're grateful for all these little things. And pull the energy towards you. I really feel the energy now. Feel it growing inside me through these lines. Okay. And you see everything is kind of moving towards me now. And now that I feel so full, I take another short break. Take a few deep breaths. And again, just observe how you feel. What does that feel now? That all the energy is coming together towards one point. That is you in the center there. You are blessed with all these things around you. And I feel whenever we feel blessed, the best thing to express it is to bring it out again, to share our blessings. So now we will draw lines from the center past our little box and into the world that is beyond us. And I'm going to try to kind of follow the lines that we already have here. You don't really, it's okay if you create some new lines, that's perfect too. Yeah, so we go now from the center out and beyond, out all the way until the edge of the drawing. Basically, you can go as far as you want and really bring your blessings out. And again, this line is uneven, irregular, wavy. Can be very wavy too if you want it to be. And you just go intuitively wherever it wants to go. And go a few times to follow each line. And just draw the energy from the center out now. Spreading our blessings to the world. Sharing our blessings with our loved ones, with our neighbors, with our community, with whoever we can right now. Through the internet, that's possible. And that's really, really, really awesome that I can share my blessing of art with you right now. And there's one in the middle. And yeah, they can overlap, they can meet each other, whatever feels good, wherever they need to go, really. And always just stay aware while you're doing this. About your feelings, any thoughts that come up too, like where's your mind wandering when you bring your blessings out into the world. How do you feel emotionally? What is your body saying? And don't forget to breathe. It's good to take a few deep breaths and really exhale too. We bring stuff out into the world like the breath. We can exhale and enhance it, make it stronger. Just experiment with that a little bit. Very often we hold our breath. I do that a lot when I feel tension inside. And then once I become aware of my breath a little bit more, I become aware of how much tension I'm holding. So breathing deep can release some of that tension. So you can also really use this practice to allow yourself to relax a little bit. And to really make it a meditation. And it doesn't have to be perfect in any way. There's really no right or wrong here. It's just how you feel the lines going. They will carry energy. However, and some parts, they may need a little bit more. Some are already full of energy. Some you maybe want to give them more energy. Like here, this blessing of nature and a circle. And so you just slowly fill up your picture with lines. Feeling into it. And really relaxing into it. And I hold my pen like very loose. It's not like I'm trying to create anything here. It's just using the pen to transmit some energy, to move something inside me and in this picture. And then this picture is basically a representation of the energy that I move. Don't forget to breathe. So now our energy was bundled inside and it's spread out. And now we're gonna go with color. There are more steps in the NeuroGraphica algorithms, but I'm going to jump a little bit ahead now and we go straight to color because it's gonna be much more fun. And the coloring is another really simple process. So you choose any color. I like to work with colored pencils. You can use markers too, and we just let the color go wherever it wants to go. Basically, I just start somewhere and color a part, and you don't have to color in the lines or anything like that. Sometimes it's nice to use the lines as a guidance, but you basically just pick a color and then see where it wants to go. You can leave space white too, doesn't have to be everything colored. And yeah, you can cross the lines and you can just jump around in the picture and see wherever this wants to go. And then just put some color there. You can color all the way to the edge of the paper too. You don't have to though. And you can color in the lines, you can cross some lines. It's good to color more than just one little part, so I wouldn't just color this little part. I would always go over some lines because the color is also used to create more connections. So I'm connecting all these pieces together. Here, and just go however it feels good, wherever this needs to go. This is really a very intuitive process. I pick the color just as it comes, just the color that jumps into my hand basically. I pick it and then just go on and move around in the picture, go back and forth and see what else needs this color, and you can always go back to it too. And then whenever I feel okay, I want to change now, I just pick the next one and use the next color, and there we can overlap, so it doesn't have to be that this is blue and it has to stay blue. I can go over it with the second color. And just fill in the picture basically. And as I said, you don't have to do all of them. And of course sometimes it feels like safer to stay within the lines, but you can always cross lines too, just to allow your brain to go somewhere new. Basically, this is what we're doing with the colors too, and this is what this whole practice does. It's activating neural pathways, creating neural pathways. Uh-oh, table's moving. I always have the urge to move the colors all over the picture. But you can also just have a pink corner and then a blue streak. So really let yourself free with that. There's no rules really here. You can also just color parts. And when you work with pencils, you can even create shades and things like that. It's a little bit more advanced, so you can really spend a long time with this coloring. But here we're just gonna go make a quick one, just easy. Now I want to use some yellow. There. And sometimes the colors mix really nice. I have pencils that actually mix, so by drawing them into each other you can even create new colors. And you can just use as many colors if you want. I have a lot of colors, that's why I'm always kind of tempted to use a lot of them. But if you have 2 or 3 even, that's totally okay. And you can really just use little outlines, for example. Put spots of color somewhere. And in some painting it's really interesting sometimes to see what gets which color. I think my grandma and the bees get orange color now. And so if you know about color psychology, you can look at your picture and really learn a lot. But I'm just doing super easy and intuitive here. Just moving around. And there can be white areas too. Probably gonna leave a little bit white here. You can just color part of it or just an outline, however you want to. And yeah, you can go all the way out. And my picture looks nice and colorful now. I'm going to do a little bit more orange here. And you just do that as long as you feel. And like with all the other processes, just remember every now and then to just feel into yourself and see what it does to you. And then mostly I'm asking myself,
what would make me feel happy right now. That's why I'm using like super colorful, bright colors, because they make me really happy. So yeah, which color would make you feel happy right now? What would help you in any way? You can really use it as a medicine. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this right now. You can like color forever basically. And maybe make this a little bit more bright and draw it out. You can just move little lines around. As I said, doesn't have to fill anything. There's no, you don't have to color inside the lines. You can just color over and around. And uh-oh, this one's almost empty. Just move around with the colors. Move over the colors and see where it goes for you. And this is fun to do with kids too, really, because they don't have to. It's not like the goal to fill in every parcel perfectly. You just go over everything, and you can go a little bit crazy with it. And just go with the feeling more than any aesthetic. And I mean, it just has to, you have to like it, basically. It has to make you happy. I think that's like a good goal. That's a goal that I would set. This picture has to make me happy and has to make me feel grateful and connected to all the blessings in my life. Connected is probably a good word. Yeah. A little bit more there. Some of them are really stronger than the others. Okay, I'm gonna stop this right now. Yeah, I could do this forever. And then we got 2 more little steps that we want to do. I'm changing my pen now to a big Sharpie. You can also use a bigger pen, or you can just go around the figure that I'm drawing now several times to make it stand out. So now I am going to go around the entire figure that I created now. And because it's not my square anymore, it's a different shape. So I'm going to outline this different shape with one continuous line that goes around all the circles, and emphasizing again for myself, for my feeling, how I have all these blessings, or all these blessings in my life. How big and how beautiful. Just going around it, and you can go around it several times too. And just becoming aware of it a little bit more again, and really feeling the gratitude for all the blessings, and feeling into yourself. And I'm gonna go one more time. You can go any direction to me, go the other direction now. Just for fun, just to make it a little bit different. And this line doesn't have to be perfect either. It can be wavy, it can be matching, not matching. Just to create a big, nice, beautiful shape that is all my blessings now. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is to choose a few lines from the center out that I'm also gonna do with the big pen now. So I'm gonna choose this one. I go all the way out, and I can also go a few times because they're already so fat. But so that some of them are just emphasized. And I may just take this one. And you really just go intuitively, choose any one that feels it needs more energy, so we emphasize it a little bit more and bring some more energy in it. Because every line we draw holds energy. And I'm going to use one more here. And you can do as many of those as you like. I may make a few more. This one. Sometimes it's already, the line is kind of already fat, and then you can see, that's the one. But yeah, it's really, or there's my grandmother under it, so I wanna, like here for example was my grandma's, and I'm gonna choose one that goes through my husband because he's really super important and a big blessing. And of course we want to choose all our blessings, but yeah, maybe choose the ones with the biggest ones. Yeah, and that is basically it. There we got the drawing. And I hope you had a good time and you enjoyed this process. And you can just keep drawing on it, put more color in it, you can put more lines, and put as many of the fat lines as you need, as you want. But I'm kind of happy with that right now. I think my biggest blessings are in there. And I'm going to come back and say goodbye. Okay. Hello one more time. Good. So yeah, that was a little drawing class. I just started to create more classes and put them online on a website. It is neuroartproject.net. The next class will be beginning of May. I do a Zoom class where we can actually interact a little bit. And the process that we're drawing there is called the Neuro Tree. So we connect with tree spirit and draw ourselves as a tree with lines and shapes and colors. A little bit more complicated than we did right now, or a little bit more complex than we did right now. And it's a beautiful process, and I got 2 classes on there. I'm going to put an express class that is shorter and a little bit cheaper too. And yeah, I would love to draw more with you, and please comment if you see this video, and please post your pictures. I would love to see what you're creating. And yeah, let's share more and let's connect. Thank you very much. And have a really beautiful day, everyone. It's kind of dark out here, so I'm ready for bed now. But yeah, you have a great day. Bye bye. Thank you.